Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we're going to talk about Block Ness, and this is published by Blue Orange and designed by
Laurent Escoffier. Oh, I'm close. I'm sorry if I'm not.
Yeah, we practiced.
But, you know what? I'm a believer in the Loch Ness Monster. I believe it's possible.
Oh, this is really new information for me. This is not what we rehearsed.
I love cryptozoology and, I don't know, all kinds of conspiracies about Bigfoot and all that stuff.
Okay, Marshall.
So I was very excited to hear about Block Ness, so you to actually be the Loch Ness Monster in a little strategy game. So yeah, in this game you are blocking each other off. You're trying to make sure that your Loch Ness Monster is the one who has control of the lake. Let me show you how to play. All right, here's our setup for Block Ness. Basically, we have kind of three rings. That dark green inner circle is for a 2-player game. The next ring is for if you're playing a 3-player game. And the entire board is open to you if you are playing a 4-player game. Now, everyone wants to identify their head and their tail and their player color, as well as whatever piece of theirs is the lowest. And then place that in the center of the board. Not every player is going to have the same size pieces, but they all have, a balance between the height and the length between all their pieces. But they're not really the exact same pieces. What we're doing is we are basically trying to survive as long as possible, trying to be the last person standing, the last dragon or monster standing. In your turn, what you're going to do is you are going to place a piece orthogonally, either to the left, to the right, or behind or in front of either the head or the tail of the monster. And then you are going to move whatever piece you used and place the head there. Now the person over here can do the same thing. Maybe they go that way, move their head this way. And so we're going to keep on moving around the box, around the board, until one person cannot play. Now there are some rules about being able to play over someone and under someone. You can never go under someone else. Let's say, even if this person had a really, really tall piece right here. Move the head to match it. And somehow green was able to play under that. You cannot go underneath someone else. However, you can place a piece over someone else. Something like that. Obviously not a legal play because I'm not playing off the head or the tail, but following those rules, you can go over someone but not under someone. What you're trying to do really is you're trying to leave as much of the board open to yourself as possible while still kind of blocking off areas of the board to the other player. So for instance, if you kind of cornered someone's head so they can't go to the left or in front of their head, what you want to do is you maybe want to put one of your pieces somehow to the left of their head, so that way they could no longer use the head piece. Now again, that's not a legal play because it's not going off of the head or the tail of the purple one, but just to show you what can block something. We're going to keep on placing pieces, and eventually some players aren't going to be able to place their pieces, in which case they are out of the game, and whoever is the last person who's able to place pieces is going to be declared the winner. If there is a tie, let's say we both have the same amount of leftover pieces, whoever has their head higher, in a 3D sense, higher, is going to be declared the winner.
The ease of setup in this game is a huge selling point. You literally just take your pieces and put the thing back on and you're ready to play, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's so neat because of the ease of play and the ease of learning and teaching and setup. This was kind of like one of the games I got played the most at our home brewed convention that we not really run.
Absolutely run this NewMeCon. It is the premier invite only board game convention of South, Central, East Iowa that we are the hosts of, and oh boy, it is top notch, number one fun.
It is number one fun. That's true.
NewMeCon.
What?
That was just advertising for NewMeCon.
We don't even have space.
You can't come, sorry.
Oh my gosh. It's like,
Let's get a
look
bigger
at this
building.
awesome thing. You're not invited.
You're invited if we get a bigger building.
Maybe, yeah.
But yes, I mean, this is absolutely a game that got played all the time because, we're all trying to play those big 2 or 3 hour games that we haven't been able to play in forever. But you know what? Let's say I want to play with Doug the next game, but Doug's game's got 20 minutes left in it. What am I going to do?
Well, depending what it is, 20 to 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Who really knows?
What are you talking about?
The game, you think it's 20 minutes, but
But
really...
it turns out being more.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? This game only takes about 15. So if it does take 30, we can play it twice.
Exactly.
And that's what happened. It'd be like, hey, you and you guys doing anything? Come on over. We're playing Block Ness.
Yeah, exactly. It was really great like that.
And because it's so eye-catching, right? There's the component quality is just great. It just looks so, it has this big toy factor. But at the same time, the colors are really bright. It's super eye-catching. You see these the Loch Ness monsters, bumps going all over, crisscrossing each other over the table. It just looks wild, and it's so hard to walk past it and not ask the question, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
What's going on? What are you guys playing? I want to know more about that.
So speaking of those pieces, I thought it was really interesting. I didn't realize it until I got it out and I was looking at the different stuff, that they're not all matching sets. So all 4 of the characters are not matching pieces. They're all equitable. They're all balanced. They're equal in the sense of you have the same amount of like tall and the lengths and stuff like that, but they're actually not the same. And I thought, how neat is that? Because they're different creatures, so obviously all the Loch Ness monsters are going to look different, and they are. So I just thought that was really cool.
In real life, it's true too. The real Loch Ness monsters, they're all, everybody just goes off that one shape. No, they're all, there's some big ones, there's some thick ones, some thin ones. Some are blue, some are purple.
Some are orange.
Some are green.
Yeah, and black. Anyway, so I thought that was really cool, and I really liked that.
Yeah, I thought this was a kid's game at first, too. Just looking at the bright colors and all that, I was thinking, kids' game, it'll be fine. We'll play with the kids, whatever.
Yeah.
No, the kids can play it, certainly, but it's not a kid's game. This is, they call it a strategy game in the strategy line. And certainly there is that level of forward thinking. You have to think 2 or 3 moves ahead if you want to do well. Well, see, if I go there, then I'll be able to play off of that, but then they're going to do that. But then you know what? I can go over them on that one. Yeah. And so you're thinking ahead to figure out which pieces you want to use and try to save some of the best ones for till the end.
So Lisa and I were playing this once, and she had realized that she lost before we finished playing just because of how things were set up. She knew that she could only place like 1 or 2 more pieces when you could map it out and I could play more. Like, you knew that, so you do have to plan all those steps ahead.
Yeah, so there's definitely some strategy here, more than meets the eye. It is more than just a kid's game. It reminded us kind of like a game like Block Ness, but like Block Ness is a game that we've kind of, I don't want to be mean to it, but it's a game we don't play it anymore, yeah. Right? But this is a game that gives us a similar vibe, but in a whole new way, yeah. That makes your brain think in a fun way, and the fact that it has a 3D element to it too, going over instead of just next to each other.
I think part of Block Ness is that I always want to be able to use all my pieces, and it never happened, and it just like frustrated me. Like, this is going to be the time. I don't get this in this game. You look at the space you have and how many pieces you have, and you're like, these are not all getting played. This is not happening. Right. And I just thought that the 3D aspect of this and how it just literally popped up from the board, made it super eye-catching and gravitating towards. It was super fast and ease of play, the setup, the whole thing. It was just a really fun, fast strategy game.
And don't get me wrong, this is never going to be someone's like main event at a game night. You're not going to be like, hey, come on over and play Block Ness. They're like, no.
And what else? Yeah.
You can start the night off with it. You can end the night with it. You can, like our situation where someone's waiting for a game to finish. Perfect for those scenarios. You're going to have a great time, and it can be a family-weight game too. It can be definitely bust us out with the family anytime.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All of our daughters can, all 2 of our daughters play this with us, and it's just a great time.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us on Facebook, we're Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. On Twitter, we're Ryan and Bethany 1. And on Instagram, we are Ryan and Bethany.
All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.